Hello, I am Centimus Prime, and here I will be putting together the Dogbot mode for the 12-in-1 solar robot, or as I'm going to be calling him from now on, Timith-E. I just thought, since I'm going to be doing a lot of videos for this guy, I might as well give him a name. So yeah, from now on, I'm going to be calling him Timith-E. And that is Timith-E, spelled out pretty much the same way as you would Wally, with the E separated out at the ends. Who knows, I might cut out some stickers or write something on his front to convey that his name is indeed going to be Timith-E. But with that out of the way, let's get started. So, first and foremost, we'll be taking a look at the parts that are going to be used to build the Dogbot mode. And of course, you are going to be needing Timith-E's head and body. I have made a separate video on how to put together his head and body. And I will note that after that, I didn't change up anything, but I did have to sand a couple things down to make things work in the sun. Because to my surprise, the quality and tolerance control, the tolerance for these parts and stickers and all that, not the greatest to my surprise, but it's not too big of a deal. Nothing I can't really deal with. So with that, let's get started. And first, we're going to start by grabbing one of these with the shorter ends and the more rounded segments, because there are two different types of these sort of rod pieces. Ones that have the rounded segments, and the ones that have the more hexagon segments, or that. So yeah, so we're going to be grabbing one of these. We're going to be grabbing one of these little gear pieces, one of these gray gears, and two of these. And these are the ones that are going to be able to attach to the rounded segments. Because despite these parts looking identical, or looking very similar, these two are very different parts, and I will tell you, these parts with this lip around it, these are meant for the rounded segments, and these flatter ones with the notches on the inside, they're meant for the hexagon segments. So we're going to be grabbing a couple of these, and we can start assembling the first rod. So first, we're going to be grabbing these two pieces, and you can see that these two tabs are going to plug into these two rounded things. So it's going to plug in like so. Then we can stick this through, and then at that point we can start plugging these in, and then plug the other end in. And you're going to be attaching it like this, leaving this notch here at the end exposed, while leaving this sort of freewheeling while still tabbed into here, if that makes sense. Now with this part done, we can work on the next segment, which is going to require two of these, going to require one of these hexagonal rods, two of these hexagonal like stopper things, and the other one of this part. So what this is gonna do is we're gonna like poke this through, and it's not gonna be able to rotate because it's a hexagon rod going in a hexagon hole. Not gonna rotate. Then after that we can plug these in like so. Again, making sure that it can freewheel or not. For this one, you can secure it, and you're gonna be attaching it like so, so that there's one notch exposed on each end. And with that, I'm gonna turn over the page because yes, I'm looking at the instructions while doing this. Next up, we'll be working on the next rod, which is going to be using another one of these. So it's going to be using two more of those. It's going to use this tooth piece, and it's going to use another one of these. And so what's going on here is that first we're going to attach this part like so. Then we can slide this part in like that. I'm just trying to make it how the instructions are displayed, just in case that's important or anything, because this stuff does matter. Let's see. Then we're going to be attaching this part with the... We're going to be attaching it with this rotation going this direction. If that makes anything sense. You have it so that when these parts are swept back and rotating, basically having it so it's oriented this way so that when it's swept back when it's turning clockwise, if that makes any sense. Then we'll be capping this off with the other one of these pieces, having it so it looks like this, with once again another one of these, once again a segment here that's left exposed on this end. Now with those done, we can work on the next one, which is going to... Well, actually, no, we're actually going to be working on the side panels. That's interesting. So, we're going to be taking one of these and one of these. We're going to be attaching them. We're going to be sliding them together like this, and then through the opposite end, we'll be attaching one of these pin pieces. So, it's going to plug in like so. Okay. It's a nice secure fit. And of course we're obviously going to be mirroring that. So obviously we're going to just plug that in. And yes, I'm looking at the instructions and making sure that this is right. Because for all I know, this might not be the case. Again, the tolerances of these parts aren't always consistent, which is very odd. But who knows? This might have been the case for my old one. I don't know. It might have been a long time. It's been a long time, so I don't quite remember like the quality tolerance control of all the separate parts of that old one, you know? So, after that, we're gonna be working on another one of these rods. So we're gonna be grabbing another round one. We're gonna attach this part on this end, right there. Then after that, we take these two parts. So let's see. We take this piece, and then we line these two parts up like this, and then we poke this pin through here so that these two pieces are connected, like so. Then after that, we can take one of these smaller pins and attach it onto there. I'm guessing for aesthetic purposes. Then after that, we can slide it through here using the second hole, the one closer to the ends, to the opposite ends. We're going to be attaching it like that. And it's going to be some friction in there. That's good. Then we're going to be grabbing this part, sliding it through. And then after that, we grab this part and just attach it through like so. And then that's basically it. And yes, you're going to be leaving this segment here exposed. And then after that, we can start assembling this. So, when assembling this, we're going to be grabbing this segment, attaching it to this, plugging it to this end, like so. Then after that, you take this end and there's weird gear ratios going on in here. Okay, so that's going in there. Making sure that the gears are lined up and all. Okay, so gears are going to be lined up. Hopefully. Then after that, so we take this one, plug into that hole right there. Are those gears supposed to be like touching or something? No, they're not. Okay. Okay, then after that, we can take another one of these round rods and plug it into the end right here. Like so. Then after that, we can take the other half and sandwich it all together. Unless I'm missing something. No, it doesn't seem like it. Come on. Again, tolerance controls, like, zeesh. So what did I do here? Hold on. Am I missing something? No, it doesn't seem like it's... Alright, so let's continue. Shouldn't be too much longer. After that, I can plug... Actually, after that, I can plug some pins onto Timith-E now. Plugging these small ones on the back. Something tells me that these might be a pain to take off later on, but oh well. And after that, the two small ones are going to be attached back here, and these two longer ones with these Technic-like pins are going to be plugged into the bottom front ones. Then after that, these 4 parts can clip onto these 4 clips. Like so. There. Then after that, we can take these parts, poke these through these end holes, like so. It's kind of like Technic in a way. And then after that, you take this longer pin and then poke it through there, plugging it into this hole. So, like... And slightly challenging. But hey, no glue. Oh yeah, and it locks it in place. Alright, so that's how you do that. Alright. Then after that, we can plug you in, locking you into place. Hold on. Did I throw in more parts than I needed? Maybe. Alright. So, after that, I need to turn over the page again. Then what? Okay, this last page, okay. So after that, I take these 2 parts, plug them into these ends right here. Like, bam, and bam. Still don't quite get how this is supposed to work. I believe that, like, this gear ratio thing is supposed to end with this thing wagging at the end. At least that's why I think it's supposed to happen. But I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure how that is going to work. It's something I figure out. But for now, we take these parts, which are indeed mirrored. So you can see one's pointing one way and one's pointing the other. And if you turn around, they're more flat on this side. We're going to be... Obviously, the flatter sides are going to be facing inwards. And yes, I've already attached the stickers on all of the, or most of this at least. Very neat. So what's going to happen is going to plug these into there, but we have it so that it's going this way. So that these rounded edges are pointing this way. So we do that with the other side. And I can kind of see how that works. Again, I still don't see how this is supposed to work. I'm not quite sure. Did I miss something? Like, obviously there's that extra rod, but oh, derp. I wasn't supposed to include this. There's only supposed to be 2 of these, not 3. My bad. Whoopsies on my end. But yeah, that is Timith-E, fully assembled in his dogbot mode. And there's a little introduction of how, and of course a little introduction of how this guy is going, of how this little guy is going to work. That's how this building process with this guy is going to work. And honestly, I think it's really neat. It definitely reminds me of the, like, it definitely reminds me of Lego Technic. I will say that. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. But I'm still wondering how this is going to work. But there's only one way to find out. But until then, that is it for this video. If you enjoyed this model kit adventure, because yes, I qualify this as a model kit adventure, consider to like and subscribe, and maybe even comment if you want. And of course, I will be posting again sooner or later.